I haven't talked about Star Wars in a minute. I've been watching Andor. Kind of losing me. Kind of losing me. I will review Andor when it's finished. What I will be reviewing today, Tales of the Jedi. Dude, nobody is talking about this show. It was like 8 episodes, 6 episodes, I can't remember. They're like 15 minutes each. They're straight to the point. There's no filler. The animation is stunning. Who would have thought the Clone Wars animation was just going to keep getting better and better and better? Super clean. Super clean. It's imperative now. If you watch the prequels, you absolutely need to watch Tales of the Jedi. You don't have to watch the Clone Wars if you don't want to, but there's no excuse to not watch Tales of the Jedi. Short episodes, there's no filler. The music scores, Kevin Kiner, is that his name? Dude is killing it with the Star Wars music. On point. On point. The stories they choose to tell with Ahsoka as an infant, toddler, her starting to train with the clones, the dynamic with Anakin, the fucking Count Dooku's origin, Qui-Gon's origin, the fall of Dooku, seeing Dooku's reaction to Qui-Gon's death. Like, we see Phantom Menace era from a different perspective. You have to watch this show to appreciate the full story of Star Wars. You have to. And I'm not one to gatekeep here, but if you're not a fan of Star Wars like that, then that's cool. That's fine. But don't go out into the world like you are. Study up, son. Do some work. But listen, not everybody's a Star Wars fan like that. You can pick and choose what you want. I'm just saying, if you have some time and you want to watch some Star Wars, Tales of the Jedi is the move. It's the move. I want another season. And you know what I want? Since it is kind of like anthology, I want Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker animation. Just like they're doing with this, I want to see Luke going off doing missions as a Jedi, but with animation. Post Return of the Jedi, you can even do it like in between Empire and Jedi, or in between A New Hope and Empire if you want, because they're short anthology stories. You can have one episode that's in between A New Hope and Empire, then you can have another episode that's between Empire and Jedi, and then you can have another episode that's after Return of the Jedi, and there's like 3 separate stories with Luke Skywalker in his prime doing Jedi shit. Listen, people like the Jedi. They like the Sith. They like lightsabers. They like the Force. It's very symbolic to a lot of people. They need to lean into that. Andor's cool. We're seeing the nature of the Empire from the inside, how it affects daily, day-to-day people. That's fine. Star Wars can be all that stuff. But there's a huge factions of fans that are missing the lightsaber stuff. They're missing the Jedi, the Sith. I don't like TIE. I love TIE fighters. I don't like the Star Wars nature of Star Wars, if you want to say that. The ships, and people love fucking Rogue Squadron and that game. I don't like that kind of shit. Give me a lightsaber. It's like I don't need Top Gun in space. I don't need that. That's not why I watch Star Wars. The Battle of Hoth, long as shit. You could have chopped out half of that. Am I wrong? No. Am I right? To me, I am. That's all that matters, right? No, but like you get my drift, right? People like certain things in Star Wars, and they're allowed to do that. We don't have to like everything. We don't have to hate everything. Let people enjoy what they want. Tales of the Jedi. I just pitched you guys a dope-ass season 2 with Luke Skywalker. Get to it, Lucasfilm. They gotta be doing something. I know I'm not the only one that pitched this. Somebody at Lucasfilm had to have pitched a younger Luke Skywalker animated story. Have Mark Hamill come back and do the voice as Luke. Dude is a voice actor now. What the fuck? Why isn't this greenlit? And why aren't they already in production? What is going on? I'll wait. What's happening? Give us an animated Clone Wars version of Knights of the Old Republic. The Old Republic show. Give us an Old Republic show, like the Clone Wars, set back then. Build some groundwork out, and then give us a live-action movie. A trilogy or something. They're scared to announce trilogies, right? So what, okay. Tales of the Jedi, what did you guys think about it? Have you watched it? Let me know in the comments section. I know I said I was going to talk about that to close out the show, but that they just reminded me something about Disney and the trilogies and Kathleen Kennedy. She's in trouble, dude. Disney, Bob Chapek? Yes. I was going to say Bob Paycheck. John Campion calls him Bob Paycheck. Homeboy told Kathleen, listen, don't be announcing movies anymore unless you got the cameras ready to roll. Because everything you've announced these last 4 years hasn't happened yet. Rian Johnson trilogy, Kevin Feige's movie, Benioff and Weiss, Game of Thrones dudes. Where's their movies? 3. Where's Taika's movie? 4. Where's Patty Jenkins' movie? 5. It's 5 movies, 5 projects that Kathleen Kennedy has announced. They haven't happened yet. They don't exist. So yeah, they're saying, hey, listen, stop it. They need to do something. They need to do something because they know they're in some shit, or they wouldn't have told her that. They're starting to notice the tides are shifting, guys. Oh, put Dave Filoni in charge. Make him the new Kathleen Kennedy. I'm not saying we need to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. She's a great producer, right? She has her IMDb is very vast. I strongly believe if you do a team up, kind of like this James Gunn, Peter Safran type thing, promote Dave Filoni, but put him with Kathleen. Have Kathleen be the like numbers, production side of things, but let Dave be the creative. He should be involved in every show. Story groups all need to come together. That's a whole nother, same thing with the DC writers, right? Everybody wants a shared universe, but nobody wants to fucking collab with each other. All these writers, dude, they think they're so much better than the other writers. Oh, well, I don't know anything about Star Wars. I'll just write my script, and then I'll text Pablo Hidalgo something. Hey, is this allowed? No. Hire some writers that know what the fuck they are writing about. There are so many writers in the world that love Star Wars. Yet they want to pull from this group of people that don't necessarily give a fuck about Star Wars. Oh, well, he's so-and-so's. They're related to so-and-so, and oh, they worked over here, so it's easier to pull them. No, dude, do they know the material? It's like, it's counterproductive. It's counterintuitive to what they're trying to do over there. They want a shared universe. The comic books, the novels, the TV shows, that all counteract each other. Cassian Andor's story in the books and Poe Dameron's story in the books is different than in the movies and in the shows. Black Chrysanthemum and Boba Fett. He doesn't know who Boba Fett is in the Boba Fett show. Boba Fett doesn't know Black Chrysanthemum in the Boba Fett show. In the comics, they went on a fucking mission together. They met each other. But they don't know. Dave Filoni himself says, listen, whenever we are doing shows or movies, we aren't listening to the comics or the novels. If we want to pull from that, we will. But as far as I'm concerned, being Dave Filoni, I don't give a fuck about the novels. I don't give a fuck about the comic books. If it doesn't benefit our story, I will change it. So when all this stuff is supposed to be canon, take it with a grain of salt, guys. And before you invest a lot of money, before you invest a lot of time into reading these books, these comics, or these novels, go to Star Wars Theory's YouTube channel and watch his recap videos, his summaries of the comic books. Don't spend money on these comics or novels, because when it comes down to it, they may not be canon when it comes to it, which is fine. Doesn't negate the story. The stories might be cool, but it's just like the what do they call it now? Not extended universe. The EU extended universe. The old books. I literally have a legend. That's what they call it, legends. I have legend material, dude. Stories are stories, but when Disney themselves is saying, from now on, in 2012 when they bought Star Wars, from now on, all the books, all the novels, all the comics, all the TV series, all the movies, they're all connected, they all count. But yet, you won't bring all your writers into a writer's room, right? How many fucking writers? Alright, we need a list. Who's writing the novels? Who's writing the comic books? Who's writing the TV shows? Who's writing the movies? Once a week, they all need to be in the room. They need to get up on the podium saying, here's our story, this is what we're doing in this timeline, here's the characters. Everybody needs to do that on a whiteboard. Timeline-wise. Every writer needs to put what their current project is. And then that's when Dave Filoni is involved. Start Xing shit out, writing shit in to fill in, okay, this can happen, this character is over here, so that works. They need to be more concise. They need to do this. They are all on the same team, but they are retconning each other. It's the same shit with DC. And what the fuck? Get a writer's room together. And if they do have a writer's room, they're being terrible about it. Or else we wouldn't be having this conversation. It's frustrating. There's no cohesion anymore. It's starting to break apart. Anyway, it's whatever. I rest my case. Am I wrong? Should they not be meeting up at least once a week? That's being generous. Once a week? That's being generous. Just to make sure everybody's on the same page. Oh, we're hiring so-and-so for this novel about fucking Kylo Ren. Okay. They should probably meet up with the writers that wrote Force Awakens to see what the fuck is up about Kylo Ren. Duh. Get it together, Lucasfilm.